Good morning everybody and welcome back to Outback Gold Fever. I've been detecting for a little while already. It's not even 8 o'clock. There are a few old diggings around and detector holes as well. This one here was an old detector hole and I had a faint signal in here. So somebody dug a hole there and I thought that's a too good sounding signal to ignore it. So I widened out the hole, dug a bit deeper, and look what came out of the ground. It's just there. Came out of the hole, fell down, and I just pinpointed it. And that would be my first piece of gold for the day. Yeah, not even 8 o'clock. We moved our camp yesterday and I found gold already. Yeah, I can honestly say I like this area. I'll spend a few hours around here anyway before it starts raining again. Hopefully I'll find another nugget or two until then.
Today we're detecting in the goldfields of Western Australia, and right now I'm actually detecting around a little bit of workings here. It appears to be that's an old timer's hole there. They've gone a bit deeper, I think. That's definitely got a bit more age to it, but they've dug these test pits alongside the hole there to check what's about. That's where it pretty much started here today, just detecting these mounds. They're often a good source of gold, and usually it's pretty easy digging depending on how old the heap is. It just absolutely amazes me sometimes when I detect these areas. They generally have been detected before because they're known areas. My first target today, I'll show you just here. Here's the mound here, and that's I think that's a detector hole. I have to say that's a detector hole just there. But I got a bit of a signal through here, and I just had a bit of a scrape there. This is what I picked out of it. Look at that. Now that's a nice big flat piece, and yeah, being that flat and that size at that depth, it was a pretty clear target there. It just amazes me sometimes that someone walked away from that. They probably thought it was junk. They probably had detected a lot of junk before and thought, yeah, another screamer, it's probably junk. And I'll have to admit, I've probably done the same thing. I've walked away from gold, or I've probably just missed gold just like that. So very nice to start with that nice little piece there. It's only, yeah, very, very flat. It's a good sign for the area anyway, so we only just got here last night. We'll do this area pretty thoroughly now, and yeah, hopefully we can just pick up a few more of those. That'll be very nice. Very happy with that piece. You beauty.
Yeah, we got heaps of rain last night that brought out the ants as well, and the ground is very wet and saturated and very muddy and boggy in places. I had a look on my handy app and I found an old scrape and detect area on this tenement here. And this is where I am now. I did see a few pushes further back, and now I'm amongst a few trees here where I see a few detector holes, and I've actually got a signal here. Yeah, the target is out of the hole already, which doesn't make me too optimistic. It might just be another piece of alfoil. I got a few of those. Unfortunately, that's just a shotgun pellet. Well, there are still targets around.
Yeah, so I've just done one loop around this pit and I haven't picked up anything. There's where I just got that other piece from, just next to that detector hole that's there. And I've come around and now I've got a signal on this side of the slope here, so I'll give you a listen, see what you think. Sounds a little bit like rubbish, but yeah, so did that one there. It just sounded a bit of a screamer, yeah, being so close to the surface. I'll give you a listen to this one, see what you think. We'll give that one a scrape and see what we can find there. Yeah, just a bit of rubbish for that one. Yeah, it looks like a piece of copper. Now, on to the next one.
When Mark and I go detecting, we basically never leave without our backpacks. Everything we need is inside and everything we need for detecting is on the outside. So we've got our audio set up here. We've actually got a different video on that, so I'll put the link up in here. There's the two speakers, the booster, the hip stick here, which connects to my detector. I've got a pick holder here with the pick. and also my GPS for the waypoints and for orientation down here. I always plot in the waypoints for the camp and any finds that I might have during the day. I've got another Garmin here, which is basically a two-way, but it could be used as a GPS as well. And on this side on my backpack I carry my wireless unit for the detector. This backpack here has lasted me for quite a few years. You can see it's had a bit of use and I carry it every day, so that's alright. It's probably about time to replace it, but I'm very happy with the brand Black Wolf. It's an Aussie brand, very durable and sturdy backpack. So I think that's everything outside. I'll take this off and I'll let you have a look what I carry inside my backpack. So this is the setup for being out in the bush for, let's say, half a day, a few hours to half a day, because there is no lunch included in this setup that I carry at the moment here. Most importantly, this is what anybody who goes out hiking should have in the backpack: a good water bottle that does not get punctured if you hit a stick through your backpack, for example, or if you fall. This is a good heavy bottle in a cooler bag. It's not like it stays cool for long. It helps anyway. Currently I only carry one water bottle, but in situations where I stay out all day long, I'd have a couple of these in my backpack. One to the left and one to the right to distribute the weight. It does get hot out here, and that's probably the biggest issue, dehydration. A few other things that I carry in my main compartment here is a first aid kit. It's very lightweight. It only has a few necessities in here, with insect bite cream and antiseptic cream as well. Another very handy first aid item are my snakebite bandages. I always carry them with me because they could be a lifesaver. And of course call for help, which brings me to my next item in here. It's always good to be safe out in the bush. So in my backpack I carry an EPIRB. If there was an emergency, I could unfold this antenna like that, hit the button, and a GPS signal would be sent to the emergency department, and those guys over there would know exactly where I am. Plus, when you register these things, you can also give them handy information like medical issues, for example. Very handy item, only cost a few $100s, so that is a cheap investment and it could be a lifesaver. And with this mirror here, I'd be able to send signals to the helicopter. Doesn't weigh much, it's absolutely worth its money if you ask me. Anywhere I go I take this, and Mark carries a satellite phone in his backpack, so with those two as a combination I reckon we'll get out of trouble. I'll move over to this top pocket here. So there's my toilet paper. I always got a backup muesli bar in here, an apple, and very important, I use sunscreen every day and also a lip balm with the SPF factor of 50+. A few lollies if I need sugar, and also a loupe. If I find a rock or a specimen, then I can look up straight away if it contains any gold or other interesting minerals. Okay, in the side pocket I'll start with my pinpointer. Very handy when you're digging deeper holes and you're struggling to locate the target. Also a screwdriver if I need to lever out rocks out of a crevice. I was able to get to a few tiny little subgrammars in the creek by just poking out the rock bars around it. On the other side here, I always carry a few cable ties. Cable ties are just so versatile, and I don't use them every day, but if something breaks, for example, I've got my speaker and my audio setup connected with cable ties, also my hip stick. So if one of those breaks, then I'd be able to get myself out of trouble. I've got a multi-tool here. You never know if you need to pray out a nugget or pick it up with a tweezer. So just another handy item to carry. This is one of the last items I've got. This one here is a windproof lighter. Very handy. Works in any windy conditions. In an emergency situation, for example, where I'd have to light a fire for the helicopter, I just put a few green branches onto the fire, which I can light with this one here, and that way it'll produce a lot of smoke and I'd hopefully be seen from the air. I wouldn't do it in bushfire season, of course not, or in an area where there's a lot of dry grass around me. I would not light a fire. I've got two more items. I forgot I had this in here. This is a divining rod. I was going to give this a try, but yeah, I actually forgot I have it, so I'll start using it. Divining for gold, you never know. And also a rope. I should probably replace this one with some paracord in the future, but for now it's a rope, which I think it could come in handy, and it's lightweight as well. And that's basically all it is. So this is what I carry around with me at the moment, but once we get into the remote country, which is not going to be too far away, we'll be out prospecting a lot more often, and I'll carry more water then. I'd have my lunch with me as well, and a few other things. But I'll do another video on that once we get there.
Okay, I've just got another signal here. It doesn't sound overly promising, but fingers crossed it might turn to gold. But I'll give you a bit of a listen to it and see what you think. Yeah, so that's a bit of a noisy one there. We'll give it a bit of a dig, and we'll see what we can find. Yeah, just a piece of lead shot, that one, so yeah, we'll keep swinging, and hopefully we'll find a piece of gold soon.
I've been detecting for a few hours now, and I've got my first decent signal for the day. Listen to this one. I'm only half optimistic on this one, because this pile of dirt here has been pushed up. You can see the piles around the trees there. A machine has worked this area, and it is possible that it's just another piece of rubbish that's been buried by the dirt that the machine pushed up here. It's a very promising looking area around here. I just came over the ridge back there, and there were actually some potholes dug in by the old timers, and it looks like they removed the quartz to extract the gold out of that. The target is still in the hole because I haven't dug out wide enough. I'm just going to get out the pinpointer. It might be easier to locate the target like that. The chances of being a nugget there are sort of getting a bit smaller. Oh, it's foil. Looks like one of those old cigarette pack foil things. Just another bit of rubbish.
Okay, we've only spent a couple of days here. It's not a very large area to look over, and yeah, after only just picking up a piece each, yeah, I think we'll move on, and we've got another place to go to, so yeah, we'll pack up camp tomorrow, and we'll move on.
If you're interested in the gear we use, we've got a few links in the description box below, and while you're down there, just give our video a like. That really helps out the channel a lot.
Yeah, I only managed that one piece there. It's not overly large. It's a nice looking piece actually. It's very thin, but yeah, it is actually a nice looking piece, and yeah, I'm quite happy with that little piece there, and yeah, it might be a little collector's item, that one. So we'll work that on the scales and yeah, see if they're going to move. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say 0.2.
That's optimistic.
0.15. We'll go with 0.15 on that one, yeah. So yeah, not a real big piece, but yeah, a nice looking piece just the same.
It's gold.
It is. Okay.
Now my big piece here, that's this little beauty. So nothing special, but yeah, it's a nice looking piece of gold anyway. Let's see what it weighs. 0.47. Well, that's close to half a gram anyway. I'm looking forward to start over at a new spot.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a very large area here. After only picking up those two pieces, we really got to move on and try somewhere else. So we'll see you there.
See you then. I carry a torch just in case I do get into trouble.
A windproof lighter?
Did I say torch? Yeah, right. If you want to support us, give us a like. Oh, I'm gonna stop doing that. I always go like that. Feel free to give us a like if you enjoy our videos, and what am I gonna say? Am I done? Cool. Thank you for watching.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Ready.
And go.
Yeah.
Now you start. I forgot to mention earlier, I forgot my line. If you're interested in Thank you for watching.